Judging people is something we as humans do on a regular basis, perhaps without even realizing it. We have gotten attached, we won't let go of some preconceived notions, but it becomes a part of everyday life, a part of our culture. One example of this is that if one dressed a certain way, donned a certain attire, it reflects their personality, which I quite frankly find a ridiculous notion. This is why I believe an old adage, an old saying, bears great significance. Don't judge a book by its cover. What I find even harder to fathom is that this kind of prejudice occurs with people of our age group, the young people. Why do I bring up the topic of prejudice, you ask? Allow me to define prejudice. Prejudice, defining someone's personality, their attributes, their skills, based on conversations with other people with no prior knowledge of that actual person. Now, with that definition in mind, I pose you this question. If we as young people are being judged or nothing based on our appearance, is that not prejudicial? If it's based on something as trivial as clothes, does that make it any better? What right do people have to look down on us, on me, with contempt because I may dress in a certain way? The answer is none whatsoever. Case in point, one day I went to an arcade with my sister and my cousins. I was donned in the attire of a baseball cap, understated t-shirt, jeans, and basketball shoes. Now, upon entering the arcade, I was told to remove my hat by a security guard. I was confused, and it had been a long day, so reluctantly and somewhat confusedly, I obliged and took off my hat, as I did not want any trouble. Just at that moment, a man, middle-aged, white, walked into the arcade wearing the same hat as I. The security guard scrutinized this man in every detail, and he came to the assumption that he was okay to go through. He didn't ask him to remove his hat. He even had the audacity to give him a friendly nod as on his way to the arcade. I do not wish to be cynical, but I had my reason. I had my presumptions on why I was asked to remove my hat, and he was not. I asked anyway, and upon hearing my question, security guard answered, "We do not want people like you causing trouble in this arcade." And then he gestured to a group of young black teenagers in the corner. I was infuriated that day. This man, this ignorant man, had judged me based on stereotype of my racial heritage and stereotypical connotations of young people. Why must I be content with this judgment? The truth is, I'm a young, respectable young man, but some people refer to me as an ignorant child. Perhaps I am a child in some respects. A child that's too naive to see that society will not change. A child that sees that this oppression of prejudice will never relent. My hope is that one day we will be able to put our fist on our chest and raise in one triumphant voice, "I no longer fear prejudice. I no longer fear oppression. I no longer fear hatred, racism, discrimination, segregation. It means nothing to me. They are all remnants of the past." When that day comes, that is the day a hope has been realized, a hope that prejudice and oppression has been abolished, remnants of the past, a place that is distanced from all fears of being treated as a pariah. That place can truly be called a utopia.